Mark Carney called out by ex-UK neighbour Danielle Smith goes off on Bloc leader in speech. In the current political landscape of Canada, Prime Minister Mark Carney is facing significant criticism from various fronts, including a former neighbour from the UK who has publicly questioned Carney's ability to represent Canadian interests. This neighbour expressed skepticism about Carney's connection to the country, given his extensive career abroad and his emergence as a leader during turbulent times. Such sentiments resonate with many Canadians who feel that their leaders are increasingly out of touch with the everyday realities faced by citizens. Carney's leadership comes at a critical juncture for the New Democratic Party, NDP, which is grappling with a significant decline in support. Recent reports indicate that the party will not receive campaign reimbursements in hundreds of ridings because they failed to meet minimum vote thresholds. This decline is particularly striking as the NDP performed worse than the Bloc Québécois nationally, despite running candidates across the country. The implications of this collapse raise urgent questions about the party's future and its ability to connect with voters who feel increasingly disillusioned by the current political offerings. Many former supporters are now looking for alternatives that better represent their concerns and aspirations. Concurrently, Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre has found himself under intense scrutiny from mainstream media. A recent article by CTV's Judy Trin suggested that Poilievre's team is struggling in the wake of a colleague's departure, which many interpret as an attempt to undermine his credibility and loyalty. This narrative starkly contrasts with the lack of media coverage regarding Carney's controversial financial decisions, including reports that he avoided a staggering $5.3 billion in taxes. Such discrepancies in media treatment raise critical questions about fairness and the accountability of public figures. Voters are increasingly aware of these biases, and this could influence their perceptions as they head into the next election. In a striking display of political rhetoric, Alberta Premier Danielle Smith took aim at Bloc Québécois leader Yves-François Blanchet, who claimed that Alberta lacks culture. Smith passionately defended Alberta's diverse heritage and entrepreneurial spirit, emphasizing that the province embraces multiculturalism and offers unique opportunities that are often overlooked by other regions in Canada. Her remarks resonate with many Albertans who feel marginalized by federal policies and narratives that fail to recognize the province's significant contributions to the national identity. Smith's defense of Alberta highlights the growing frustration among citizens who believe their province's value is underappreciated by the federal government. Adding to the political drama, troubling news has emerged from Parks Canada, revealing that over 577,000 acres of dead pine in Jasper National Park pose a significant fire hazard. Instead of taking proactive measures, such as conducting controlled burns to mitigate this risk, the agency has faced criticism for its inaction. Environment Minister Steven Guilbeault has attributed the issue to climate change rather than addressing what many see as management failures. This situation has sparked outrage among environmentalists and concerned citizens alike, who are increasingly alarmed by the government's ability to protect natural resources and ensure public safety. The disconnect between government action and environmental stewardship is a growing concern, particularly in light of the escalating climate crisis. In a separate investigation, Ezra Levant of Rebel News visited Brookfield's Bermuda office, which manages billions in climate funds. His findings raised eyebrows, as the office appeared more like a casual pub than a serious financial headquarters. Levant confronted staff about the operations, but they provided little in the way of substantial answers, leading to questions about the transparency and accountability of such significant financial dealings. This investigation underscores the complexities of climate finance and the urgent need for greater scrutiny of how public and private funds are utilized in addressing climate issues. As the political landscape continues to evolve, the interactions between leaders like Carney, Poilievre, and Smith will be crucial in shaping public opinion and electoral outcomes. The criticisms and investigations surrounding these figures reflect broader concerns about governance, representation, and accountability in Canadian politics. Voters are increasingly aware of the implications of leadership choices, and the upcoming election will likely serve as a referendum on the direction in which the country is headed. Citizens are looking for leaders who not only understand their challenges, but also actively work to address them. On the demographic front, Canada is witnessing a troubling trend. An increasing number of Canadians are leaving for opportunities in other countries. Over 126,000 Canadians left for the U.S. in 2022 alone, a figure that likely hasn't improved as discontent with domestic policies grows. Many cite rising living costs, employment challenges, and a perceived lack of freedom as reasons for their departure. This exodus raises important questions about the effectiveness of current immigration policies and the overall climate for young professionals who feel they have better prospects elsewhere. The disconnect between government action and the needs of citizens is becoming increasingly evident, with many feeling unrepresented and unheard. The situation is further complicated by the ongoing economic challenges facing Canada. The U.S. trade deficit highlights a concerning trend. While the U.S. struggles with major partners, Canada finds itself in a precarious position as well. Without the oil sector, the Canadian economy would be in dire straits, as the U.S. imports a significant amount of Canadian oil, refining it and selling it back at a much higher price. This economic imbalance underscores the need for a more diversified and sustainable economic strategy moving forward. As we delve deeper into the dynamics of this election cycle, it's essential for Canadians to remain engaged and informed. The interplay of personalities, policies, and public sentiment will undoubtedly shape the future of the nation. With the election looming, the stakes are high, and every decision made by our leaders will have lasting consequences for the country. The need for accountability, transparency, and genuine representation has never been more pronounced, and the upcoming election will serve as a critical moment for all Canadians to make their voices heard. In conclusion, the current political climate in Canada is marked by significant challenges and controversies. With leaders like Mark Carney facing scrutiny over their connections and decisions, and Pierre Poilievre navigating media narratives, the stage is set for a contentious electoral battle. Danielle Smith's strong defense of Alberta's culture and identity highlights the regional tensions that continue to shape Canadian politics. As Canadians prepare to make their voices heard in the upcoming election, the stakes have never been higher, and the need for effective, representative leadership is more crucial than ever.